Happy Call of Duty Day, everyone. That's right, it's been about a year since Modern Warfare 2 has dropped, so it's time for a new game. Well, sort of. It was initially reported that Modern Warfare 2 was going to break the annual release mold and be supported by Activision for 2 whole years, which was great news for a lot of people. They were excited that for once, the development cycle would prioritize timing a game's launch in a when it's done capacity as opposed to meeting some arbitrary deadline. A little later, some follow-up info had hinted that there would still be a significant content drop in 2023, amounting to DLC that would cost as much as a brand new game. And now, of course, here we are. That DLC is being passed off as a $70 standalone title at retail. Clearly, Activision couldn't help themselves. So what's in the package here? We have a disappointing campaign that's only a few hours or so. We have a slew of classic maps that have been repurposed, a new zombies mode, and I think that's about it. So what's the deal? Well, we learned just yesterday that this weird DLC as a full game strategy is bad all the way to the bone. On average, installments in the franchise tend to have a 3-year development cycle, right? With studios Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer Games taking turns along the way. That's how they've managed to crank a new title out each and every year, placing multiple teams on a slowly revolving lazy Susan, and then just... and then just hoping for the best. But Modern Warfare 3, this game that just came out, was done in only 16 months, which for a AAA title in this industry is practically nothing. And of course, due to the constraint in time, the staff at Sledgehammer Games had to work plenty of nights and weekends. And needless to say, this crunch culture in the dev world, it needs to stop and not continually push talent to the absolute brink. And to that end, Sledgehammer had a significant amount of woes in those 16 months because parent studio Infinity Ward weren't timely in their correspondence to Sledgehammer, which was very important during development because Infinity Ward are, the stewards, so to speak, of the Modern Warfare brand within Call of Duty. Now, on the flip side of the corporate coin, Activision also shouldn't treat their customers so callously. I mean, if you want an example of the worst when it comes to financial models in this industry, Call of Duty clearly tops the list. They're selling games annually for $70. They sell ultimate editions that include extra stuff for $100. They have a battle pass that spans several seasons each year, and each of those seasons are $10 a pop. It's optional, of course, but still. They have another battle pass on top of that called Black Cell that sells for $30 a season. And they've also been selling character skins for $20 and sometimes even $25 a pop. Now, I'm just throwing this out there for awareness, because as a consumer, while I do absolutely care about all of these peripheral factors, I am ultimately concerned about how much fun I'm going to have. And when it comes to Call of Duty, I just like to do the thing year in and year out. This franchise has always been my rainy day, I don't know what to play sort of a thing, and that's not going to change now. I have a feeling I'm going to have plenty of fun with Modern Warfare 3 because I'm a team deathmatch bitch. It's what I do. I don't need a whole slew of content. I just need my mode and I just need maps and I'm good to go. But even if I don't have fun with Modern Warfare 3 and it proves to be disappointing like Vanguard was a couple of years ago, there's still a ton of active players in Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, and last year's Modern Warfare 2. Not to mention there's Warzone. But I felt it was important to let people know why there was so much confusion in these months leading up to launch. Namely, the question of, is it DLC or is it a full game? Why is the campaign so disappointing? Why doesn't it look as good as the game that came out a year ago? The list goes on. which I think actually has been resolved. We're about to find out. From what I'm seeing from reports online, it seems like the game actually looks pretty solid now. It doesn't have that like muted color. It doesn't have like that haze over everything. It's supposed to look a bit punchier and be more in line with what you would expect for a modern Call of Duty. So we'll see